Hello guys, and welcome to our final episode of Quizine in Jordan. In our conclusion to the series, we'll be taking you around the country to show you some of its magnificent sights and must-try culinary experiences. First up, we take a trip into the Wadi Rum desert to try a dish synonymous with the Bedouin culture. The nomadic herding people in the Arabian Peninsula invented this method of cooking to optimize their working patterns during the scorching desert heat. The method involves cooking food underground in a hole created in the soft sand. The slow cooking method would allow the Bedouin people to leave their food to cook undisturbed for hours and insulated from sand, predators and any vermin, whilst they would take their livestock to graze. This culmination of efficiency and practicality for these nomads has resulted in an extremely delicious meal. We're literally in the middle of the desert in Wadi Rum, which is south of Jordan. We've been driving for hours to get here. We've been on the back of makeshift 4x4s to get to our camp, and we finally arrived. The chef has very kindly brought us to the kitchen of the camp, and he's been showing us basically what we're going to be eating in the next 3 or 4 hours come dinner. And oh my god, it is blowing my mind. I am super excited for this because we are going to have a traditional Bedouin dinner. So what we have here underground in this little pot, this pool of red sand, are 10 whole chickens, 3 entire lambs, rice and vegetables, and they're put in there at 2 p.m. in the afternoon and cooked for 5 whole hours. This stuff is going to be coming out in the next few hours. The smell is incredible. Honestly, if you were walking through here, you might not spot this because it's covered in sand and rocks, and effectively they want to keep that natural heat in for as long as possible. But you get a whiff of the smell. The flavors smell incredible. You can tell already the food here is going to be super tender, melt in your mouth. So enough chit chat, we're going to be back here when we're ready to go. Whilst the zarb was left to cook underground and I was left salivating, we headed back into the desert for our excursion. Not long into the journey, our guide insisted we needed to stop to try something locally called Bedouin whiskey. So we've stopped off for a pit stop in our 3-hour-long excursion, and we've come to have traditional Bedouin tea. They actually call it Bedouin whiskey here, colloquially. It's obviously not whiskey at all. It's got nothing alcoholic in it. It's literally just tea. But they brew it here for hours and hours. I mean, you drank half the glass. I was hoping we'd go cheers and we'd take a sip together. Oh, that is delicious.
Not bad, is it?
The sage that's in there.
What's it called in Arabic?
It's called marmaria. Marmaria. We've got in there. We've got some sage. It's warm. There's a lot of sugar. It's, to be honest, it's like a very traditional Arab tea in that it's black tea. It's refreshing. For some reason, under the heat, when you have a hot drink, in a weird way, yeah, you end up being refreshed. I don't know what the science is behind it, but it works. You end up being
more hydrated than having cold drink.
No, this is a good tea. It's a good tea. It's refreshing, and it's exactly what you need actually, because we're about to get back on the road for another 3 hours. This is an intensive journey. I mean, the road is all over the place. Everything's bouncing, your head's shaking.
Look at this.
It's off-road. We're literally skirting through the desert. But look, we've had our refreshment, a bit of Bedouin culture here, Bedouin whiskey, not actually whiskey, Bedouin tea, and we're having a great time. And so we continued gallivanting around the desert, counting down the seconds till sundown so we could embrace a magnificent moment, but also because it meant we could start heading back to camp to devour some delicious zarb. Right guys, we're in Camp Aisha and it is dinner time, thankfully. I'm going to give you a whistle-stop tour of some of the incredible foods that they have to offer in this campsite. Of course, the showstopper tonight is the zarb, and you will have seen by now how the zarb works. It's the traditional Bedouin way of cooking some of this food. We've got local spices, local seasonings on a bed of lovely, fluffy aromatic rice, and we've got chicken and lamb here to try. So I'm gonna try the zarb, the traditional Bedouin way of eating. Let's see how we go. Shreds of meat, a little bit of that rice. Oh, this looks incredible. Oh my god. You can tell that has been cooked for hours. Lots of pepper in there. Lots of pepper in there, so that lovely kick comes a little bit afterwards. It's actually quite a delay between when you're chewing it in your mouth and when the kick comes in, but it's very, very nice. Coated around that lamb, that soft, tender lamb, is that really soft, jelly-like fat and a little bit of crispy skin. That honestly tastes delicious. You can tell that's been cooked with love. You can tell that's a family secret when it comes to the seasoning because it's so good. Wonderful amounts of flavor, wonderful amounts of moisture. When they make the zarb, there's a tier of different foods. Right at the bottom is the rice. So the juices from the meat, the juices from the chicken, the juices from the vegetable all seep down and are collected in that bottom tray of rice, and that just absorbs all the wonderful aromas and spice. All right, we're gonna go for chicken next. Oh my god, my fork just pierced that chicken as if it were jelly. Super, super, super succulent. Let's go. Oh. Very, very nicely cooked. Tender, flavoursome, succulent. I've got a breast piece here. It's a little bit dry on the inside, but generally flavoured really well, spiced really well. And it's just a part of that entire package deal of the zarb. Cooked underground, slow cooked under the scorching Jordanian sun in this campsite. This right here is a lovely, lovely display of Bedouin culture and that Jordanian culture, and the flavors are beautiful. This is very, very, very nice. I'm gonna move on now. Some other Jordanian food items. This is a selection of different food items. We've got a buffet here, so we've got a few random bits and bobs which I thought were worth showing you. We've got here laham kofta. These are basically meatballs, and it's cooked in this creamy white sauce. It's creamy bechamel sauce. This is a staple actually across the Middle East. I've had this in Egypt. I've had this at my Iraqi friend's house. I've had this all over the gaff. But I'm interested to try it Jordanian style. I've never actually had it in bechamel. It's usually in tomato sauce. So here goes. Oh my god. That is tender, that is soft, that is full of flavor, and it's ultra, ultra creamy. Honestly, this is wonderful. This is absolutely wonderful. Here we got a little bit of chicken. This is breaded and then I assume cooked in the oven. Very, very good. We've got a bit of fish here as well, also deep fried. Look in there, you can see a wonderful bit of white fish, battered, coated in those breadcrumbs and deep fried. Let's go. Delicious, quite salty actually, very, very salty. But actually it works quite well. A bit of salty fish with a bit of laham that's actually soaked in that creamy bechamel sauce. And this is a wonderful display of Jordan. This is a wonderful display of Bedouin cuisine, and honestly, this is a experience that you cannot forego if you're in Jordan, if you're in Wadi Rum. Definitely worth trying. That cooking process, 5 hours, the zarb is elite, and you're not going to experience anything like that anywhere else in the world.
And that concludes Quizine in Jordan. We've had an amazing time and hope you've enjoyed watching these videos. We'll see you on the next one.